Oh, sure. I think all you need are a few codecs in your system, and you'll be watching this movie in no time. Now hold still. And now we play. Well, crap. I thought it would work for sure. So all we needed was Mega Video? Oh well, at least now you can watch this with me.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the your way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you. When the rain starts to fall, I'll be there for you. When the feeling goes, I'll be there for you. 'Cause you're there for me too.
Well, we're going to have some fun today. First, I'd like to introduce you to Ferd Scarlet, an awesome friend from J-Anime Forums. And he's here to help review a rather interesting movie that I've been meaning to do for quite a while. And I do mean interesting. This is Noah's Ark, or as it's called from its original language, El Arca. Essentially, it's another retelling of the Noah's Ark story, straight out of the Bible, created by the Patagonic Film Group. What makes this story different is that it puts focus not just on Noah, but rather the animals that accompany. An interesting concept to be sure, but the way they handle it, whoa boy. So get ready to take some painkillers, because you're about to enter hell. So the movie begins on an extremely random note.
All the ponies in this town are crazy!
Look at what they've done with the world. A storehouse of evil and greed. We had better deal with this at its very roots.
Forgive me for saying this, but when you talk about the end of the world, I get this knot in my throat. My medallion. Who stole my medallion? You heard of soulless evildoers?
We meet our main human character, Noah, a humble man who has beliefs in God and yet isn't too bright on who he trusts.
But Farfan, you had said that with the last delivery, the debt had been satisfied.
But the price of grain has gone down.
What's important now is that it's paid in full, and you can get back in debt again.
Say, doesn't Farfan sound like Brian Doyle Murray? Damn, so much for any Brian Doyle jokes. There's also his three sons, Japheth, Shem, and Ham. Okay, what the hell? I can dig having Caucasian people in the Middle East because it's a cartoon, but why the hell is Ham just randomly black like that? That makes no sense. Okay, does that explain why he's black in this movie? Great.
Japheth, my father helped my grandfather plant all those trees. When the wind blows and rustles the leaves, I feel as though they are with me. It's not all about money. Don't you worry. We will be just fine. We will always be fine if we stay together like we are. A family, one big family.
Rah, 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 rah.
What do you mean your father got into debt again? And to free a slave, no less?
Silence.
The time has come, my dear, for you to take charge of the family. Well, I have no doubt that you are the most capable of all the sons.
The most capable? Why? My son can take charge of it just as well as he can.
If it is a question of age, Jafet is the elder.
Oh, God, just shut up, all of you. It's not helping when one of you is a Southern belle and another sounds like, someone I'm sure I've seen somewhere before.
Come closer, Noah. Think of it as your own personal spotlight.
Are you who I think you are?
Who do you think I am?
Who do you think I think you are?
I think you think that you think I am who you think I am.
Because I would think that you'd think...
Get to the point!
I'm going to send a flood. Listen to what I say. You must build an ark and put your family on it until the rain stops.
An ark? All of us on our own?
Not on your own. You will do this taking a pair of each existing species of animal.
All right, then. I will not let you down, my lord. Oh!
Huh. Alright, you win, movie. That was actually funny.
Now tell me, did my voice sound all right?
No, sir, it was perfect. Okay, cut the lights. It's a wrap.
Okay, now it's ruined. So as he begins chopping down the forest, that for some reason is conveniently next to their desert home, he also takes the time to buy some doves in exchange for his house.
Free! We're finally free!
This we have to celebrate, huh? Excuse me, but isn't the jungle that way? Come on, stop worrying.
I got a bad feeling about this. Oh look, it's a random scene in which God wishes he had a book as fancy as the Buddha one. Well, isn't that just... Chicken breasts! But birds don't even have memories. Oh, and of course, this is how the doves repay their savior.
Listen to this, my dear friend the puma.
We are the messengers of the new world.
Honestly, guys, have you ever seen clouds like these? Or heard thunder like that?
Wait a second, here comes some thunder.
This is bad comedy.
Unfortunately, this results in a random chaos scene.
Brianna said, and...
Okay, who ordered Rule 34? For the record, this is Kyrell, the only character with some sort of intelligence, but as we'll soon see, she's just as bad as everyone else.
Just relax and let go so the natural oils can do their work. I'll be back in a minute, darling.
And this big-chinned fellow is named Zero. His voice and attitude sums up his character completely.
For 40 days, a great opportunity to learn to love each other and multiply. Yeah! Woohoo!
Of course, that's not what it really says.
God is giving us one last great opportunity. He asked me to build an ark where we shall all travel with my family together with pairs of animals to accomplish the divine design.
I want to go! Listen to me. If I'm not on that ark when it sets sail, I swear, Dad, I shall never forgive you.
Unfortunately so.
Have you heard anything about your companion? Do you know who she'll be?
No one has told me who she is, but they've all been interviewed to pick the best one. And you're coming too, right?
But of course. I wouldn't miss this for the world. Haven't you met her? Lily! Lily, allow me to introduce you to Prince Zero.
He disturbs me ever so much. So all the animal couples come for the king's gathering, though why there are duplicates is never explained, as he tells everyone how they need to band together and join Noah and his family on the ark. But such a meeting wouldn't be complete without unnecessary interruptions.
Well, I'm against it. I think this is no more than a trap to hunt all of us down. Man has always been our natural enemy. Let's not be naive. If you respond to this call, you will surely find your heads hung over a mantelpiece next winter.
If this is to explain how the mythical creatures died out, I'm not very impressed.
King Sabu, excuse my interrupting, but I just want to know who will be chosen to guide all the animals on such a dangerous mission.
Explain to me how none of my choices qualify as a partner for me on this trip. Who's responsible for the selections?
Is it not too late to get rid of him?
Would you like to hear them? Newbie. Big boobs, no brains. Bruma. Too thin, no brains. Niebla. Too hippie, too busty, and no brains.
What does it matter to you? It's not like you're gonna get laid right away.
Oh, stop. That tickles. Oh, stop.
Your Majesty, I'm sorry to distract you from him.
Hey, I hadn't seen it either, I swear. Thus, Noah finishes the ark, and holy crap, that thing is huge.
Animals, with 1,300 double cabins on the upper levels, the section for humans, with its large fishing platform, navigating in peace towards a new world, where there will be no room for pain and suffering.
Still, something tells me this is a bit of an overkill, and at the same time, it's like he knew his animals would be sentient.
Whatever you say, sir.
Did he just flush? What is wrong with you, movie?
Beware of Tagnino. I don't think his sudden be kind to animals attitude is genuine.
Hurry up! I'll miss out on all the best rooms!
Is his brain even functioning?
Now that you're going to die from drowning, I would love to tell you a few things. First of all, I always hated your efficiency and intelligence.
And now for convenient plot point in 5, 4, 3...
Even think of defending
Well, there goes the sweet and tender future mother of my children.
Hurry up! These are the last two pairs!
Everybody on board!
So it would seem Kyrell is the only one who can go now as the world begins to flood. Who let them back in the movie? And where did the floodwater go?
He must have thought it was going to rain until everybody in the world drowned. And if that's true, we must get onto that ark.
How? Make up your mind, movie. Stop playing with the water effects. For that matter, stop using CGI. It looks awful in this movie.
There's nothing in front of us except water.
Anything else you would like to throw our way, movie?
They still have to live together. The rain is the least of their worries.
And speaking of which, special effects just called and they said so much rain.
Special effects? Really? What, is God some sort of movie director who controls everything like in a movie studio? What kind of nonsense is that?
You know, I'm going through a very painful loss, and, anyway, if we give each other a little time, I'm still very young, and also, I might lose my image as king if I don't show myself in the right company.
Are you insinuating I'm not good enough for you?
Well, I wasn't exactly referring to being good enough. It's...
Oh, I'm sorry. Was just, you were saying, movie? Oh good, those two are still alive. I wonder what they'll contribute to this masterpiece of a mind. Oh joy, it seems mankind provides too many conveniences for these creatures. What else is gonna come our way? Oh holy film, you!
At first we were afraid, we were petrified, to think the world that we once knew was gone and you're what's left to carry.
You! Oh, God, you know, I was kidding about the whole Little Archangel the porno thing. I don't need to see this sort of thing, especially from someone named Panty. What?
Aren't you tired of having to run after your food? We won't have to do that anymore. The food will run to us. When we get to dry land, we will take the animals to a place where we can choose the ones we want.
Oh god, it's turning into the Matrix! So yeah, their plan involves Zero and whatnot as...
And one of the most stimulating things about governing is, to find one's capability for giving.
How far are you going to go with this movie? Sex? Boobs? Booze? It's way too much for this kind of movie!
A little fun never hurt anyone. Not everything has to be done by the rules.
It's not just a pleasure trip. You should be a little worried by now. Isn't this rain telling you anything? I suppose now you'll understand that we all rely on your decisions. You are the king, the only survivor of your lineage. As far as showing concern about those I love, that's all I've done.
I wouldn't mind her so much given how she actually shows concern. It's just that she goes off to the point where it comes off as bitchy and annoying. If they had toned her down a bit, like for everyone else actually, she would actually be decent.
It isn't easy dealing with so many problems. Things will sort themselves out. Don't you worry.
Oh, and of course, give this guy a better reason to exist outside of speeches.
Here we are. We are the
grasshoppers.
Yes. We're grasshoppers.
Comic relief with a purpose. God's grand design, everyone. Oh, and since Noah's family can't live off fish, apparently, one of the wives decides duck will do. Unfortunately, it didn't end the movie, but it did give God a new verse for his book.
Whatever God provides will be enough.
I think it needs a little punch. Maybe something shorter. Work on that one.
Oh, please, God. Give me one good scene involving him. Otherwise, stop cutting back to him. Gee, I wonder what Zero is up to.
We'll be able to reduce prison terms for all prisoners.
And investments in foreign currency must be respected.
I think that we should regulate the use of drugs so that they can be used responsibly.
Let's see, open up. That's right, nice and wide.
Father, there's something that isn't right.
What's that?
We're the chosen ones, but all we ever do is work.
I understand your concern, my children, but this is what God wants, and this is what we must do.
Now everyone get back to work.
I think it's about time we take over the rudder before this trip turns into a nightmare. All right?
We barely got a minute with them. Why can't there be a balance between the human party and the animal party? So it looks like Zero is finally starting to develop properly, but sadly breasts have arrived.
You are so witty, such fun. If only we could spend a little more time together, especially at night, when I'm overcome by such a deep melancholy.
I just realized something. Just who is Panty's partner anyway? Like, Dagnino has an actual partner, and yet Panty doesn't?
You You can't throw me out. This is my room, too.
This is a king's room, not a womanizer who doesn't realize his obligations. And you, Zero, are in no way showing that you can handle this.
Oh, if only you were more likable. This scene would have been so good right now.
These animals must go back to the hole.
And yet nothing of any consequence was lost. Oh, but just to be sure he's out of the movie for a while. Anyway, Dagnino gets what he'll need for later just as Zero is about to tell Panty off. And of course, God continues to be book obsessive.
Be careful. It must be suitable for all ages.
No! You cannot talk about age suitability in a movie with sex and boobs! Ah, it hurts!
Oh, I'll get mine all right. Then maybe I'll get yours, too. You're a nobody, just a fool who never earned his crown. A king is someone who takes what he feels is rightfully his.
Meanwhile, Noah's family finally decides to take after their father's wishes and pray.
Of course. When they're in trouble, they remember I exist.
Okay, that was a little funny. And now for Carell's short breakdown.
But we all saw him.
Perhaps what we saw is not as important as what we feel.
Don't mind him. He just beat Miles Edgeworth. Now for probably the only other legitimately funny scene in this movie.
Now, listen to me.
You are the voice of my lineage.
With you we began this journey, and with you we will end it. Go. No pause, no rest.
Huh?
A new world awaits us, and you will be our guide.
Clearly someone can write good humor. Why can't they utilize them better? So Kyrell and gang free Zero. He makes amends with her with haste, just as Dagnino and gang begin to round up everyone.
Akamateko. 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 Atenete tanata. Ana ichichi. Akakititi la. Aumpa. Aumpa. Aupa nekupane ditite la.
I don't get it.
So they fight. Zero gets his ass handed to him, though he does get one in. But ultimately, Dagnino and gang are defeated when they crash into an iceberg. This, of course, results in a panic. Well, it took you this long. Let's hear it then.
What's happened here is not just by chance. It's the result of people without direction and without a king. We are not going to eat each other. Alone, even the strongest cannot survive. We will achieve our purpose only if we help each other and respect our differences. That is the only way that we will be saved.
Agreed. And just as it seems like they're going to find land, it gags us with another joke just so that we can party!
Well then, I guess we should go to bed. Tomorrow we have lots of work to do.
Aw, just one more glass.
So, that was El Arca, or rather Noah's Ark. All I can say is, what did we just see? The movie seemed like it could have been a decent satire to the whole Noah's Ark story, given how it takes the comedic route plus includes an animal cast, but it just ends up being a sloppy mess of a film with annoying characters, bland humor, and disturbing imagery. Indeed. What people would be responsible for writing this thing? Surely no normal person could have thought up of repulsive imagery like this. Well, all I can say is, thank God it's over. Is there anything we learned from this? What do you say to that, sirs?
Push the button, Frank.
Angel, you left the rainbow on.
I'm so sorry, Lord.